"Guys, be quiet for a moment, please," exclaimed teacher Roberta, clapping her hands to get her students' attention. "We have a new classmate who will join us today. Let me introduce you to Camilla. Let's welcome her with warmth and kindness." The children turned toward the door, where a slender girl with a jacket too big for her height timidly entered. She had long brown hair held back by two pigtails and was clutching the strap of her backpack as if it were an anchor in a storm. Before continuing, subscribe to our channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our stories. The teacher gave her a warm smile, but Camilla, instead of answering, lowered her gaze and huddled in an empty chair at the back of the room. Roberta already knew her story. She had read the transfer papers with a heavy heart. Camilla had just moved to the city with her father after her mother's sudden death. She had entered in the middle of the school year, and every word that accompanied that change was imbued with pain. "Now, let's put away our emotions and get out our math notebooks," the teacher said cheerfully, trying to lighten the mood. While the children huffed and puffed, taking out pencils and rulers, Camilla settled into her chair with her head down. Her hair acted as a barrier between her and the world. Teacher Roberta silently approached her desk and bent over. "Hi, Camilla," she whispered sweetly. "If you need to talk, I'm here. I know it's not easy to change schools, but I'm sure that little by little you'll feel at home." The little girl looked up. Her eyes, large and deep, met those of the teacher for a moment. No words were needed to understand how sad and disoriented she was. "Thank you," she barely murmured, lowering her face to her notebook again. At the end of the day, Roberta decided to stay a few more minutes in front of the school gate. She wanted to meet Camilla's father. Shortly after, a large man approached, wearing worn pants and a jacket too light for the cold March air. "Hi, Camilla, how was it today?" he asked in a hoarse voice, while she nodded silently. Roberta stepped forward and held out her hand. "You must be Mr. Moretti. I'm Roberta, Camilla's teacher." "Nice to meet you, Enrico," the man replied, shaking her hand. "We're still trying to get used to it. It hasn't been an easy time." "I can imagine," the teacher said sympathetically. "If there's anything I can do to help, let me know." Camilla approached the car, an old gray van with steamed-up windows. Roberta noticed the little girl hesitate before getting in. Something was bothering her, but she didn't say anything. In the days that followed, Roberta kept an eye on Camilla. The little girl isolated herself, avoided her classmates, and often came to school wearing worn, flimsy clothes. She never seemed rested, and her hair was out of place, giving her a disheveled look. As the weeks passed, the teacher became more convinced that there was something deeper behind that silent pain. One afternoon, as the classroom emptied, Camilla remained near the teacher's desk, her arms crossed and her gaze lowered. "Are you okay?" Roberta asked. Camilla shook her head. "I don't want to go home anymore," she whispered in a thin voice. Then she looked up, tears streaming down her face. "Can I come to his house? I don't want to be with my father anymore." Those words hit Roberta like a punch. Her heart tightened. She knelt down beside the little girl. "Why do you say that, Camilla? Did something happen?" "I don't like living in the van. I miss my room and I miss my mom." At that moment, Enrico appeared at the classroom door. "Camilla, come on, it's late." "I'm not coming with you," the little girl shouted in a broken voice. The man was shocked and annoyed. He approached cautiously, "Honey, I know it's hard, but I'm doing my best, really." Camilla was shaking, but in the end, she slowly approached her father, wiping away her tears. Roberta observed the scene, instinct telling her that there was still something wrong. The next day, after school, Roberta decided to follow Camilla and her father unseen. She watched them walk several blocks to an abandoned parking lot on the outskirts of town. There, Enrico opened the van and Camilla climbed inside. A few minutes later, she emerged with more clothes in her hand, and the two of them walked toward a laundromat. Roberta peered through the glass. She saw Camilla hand-washing her clothes in the laundry tub, while her father put the clothes in a washer. The teacher's heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. She immediately picked up the phone and called the police. When the officers arrived, they found the van set up like a small house. Piles of folded clothes, a blanket, a teddy bear. Camilla ran to Roberta, scared but relieved at the same time. "Please don't take my dad away from me too," she begged with tears in her eyes. One of the officers knelt down. "We don't want to separate you, little one, but you need a safe place. It's going to get cold here soon." Enrico lowered his gaze. "I lost my job, and then my house, but I didn't want my daughter to feel abandoned." Roberta put a hand on the man's shoulder. "I know it wasn't easy, but you're not alone anymore." The police took the father and daughter to a shelter. Enrico was placed in a work reintegration program and received treatment for the injury that had left him unemployed. Meanwhile, Roberta told the school board and the students' parents everything. They organized a fundraiser, and with the generosity of the community, were able to pay the rent for a small apartment for Camilla and her father. Beds, clothes, a kitchen, even a used television arrived. Over time, Camilla began to change. Her eyes began to shine again. She began to make friends and participate in class with enthusiasm. She was smiling again. At the end of the school year, Roberta saw her on stage receiving a merit scholarship. She had grown, stronger, more confident. And when everyone applauded, Roberta noticed that even Enrico, sitting at the back of the room, had tears in his eyes, proud and moved. Despite everything, he had managed to do the best for his daughter. Did you like this story? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching the video till the end, and see you next story.